Hey folks, it's King here, and in this video I'm going to answer Ernie's request. He's holding a contest, and he posted 3 questions that we all can answer as an entry to his first contest. And they were some fun questions, and I can't wait to answer them, so here we go. And Ernie goes by the screen name 83 Rock 83, but already people just know him as Ernie. And cool guy, real fun to watch his videos. He has the cool rocker hair that I wish I had, but oh well. Anyway, cool guy, and these are some fun questions, so here I go. I'm going to start answering and enter his first contest. Okay, what song do you listen to more than once? Like, what song do you have on constant repeat over and over and over? As of lately, since I started the vinyl collection back in June, I don't really have that song anymore because my free time is very limited, and I always have like at least 4 or 5 albums to catch up on. So very rarely does one song get a lot of repeat. I mean, of course, there's certain albums that get repeated, but I'm trying to think of a particular song that gets repeated, and as of lately, there really isn't that much. So I had to think of all time what song got a lot of repeats from me all time. And big shock coming from King's Drummer, it's a song by Genesis from the Three Sides live album. So obviously this is a live recording. This album's a live recording, and the song we're talking about is the In the Cage medley. And the song In the Cage, of course, comes from the Lamb Lays Down on Broadway album. And it medleys into a song called Cinema Show. And from there it medleys into a song called Slipper Man. And then from there it hits its final song, which is Afterglow. So this is a medley of like 4 Genesis songs together, recorded live when they were on their Abacab tour. And this is what the stage and lighting looked like when they ended the song Afterglow, which was the final song in the medley. This was the cool little epic lighting setup that shined on the last note of the song and ended the big In the Cage medley. So that is when I first bought this album, this is the album I've had since 1986. This live album was released in 1982, but I didn't get it till 86. I was 16 years old when I bought this record. So this is the record that stayed with me since 86. And I guess I kept it in pretty good shape. Still plays. And no scratches on it that I know of. But what I love about In the Cage medley was pretty much my introduction to Genesis live. Genesis sounds great on record. They're a great studio band, but in my opinion, they're an even better live band than they are a studio band. Their songs just take new life when it comes to hearing it live. Genesis is one of my favorite live bands. They just sound spectacular live. So I always thought, the live versions of some of their songs are always better than the studio version of some of their songs. So, and In the Cage is definitely better live than it is on record. And this medley here on Three Sides Live it just inspired me and blew me away. I was speechless after I heard it, and it got repeated hundreds of times on this album, and then eventually bought it on cassette and CD. So the song that was on constant repeat for many, many years was the live recording of In the Cage medley from the album Three Sides Live. So that answers that one. So that's question number 1. That was a tough one. I really had to think about that one. Ernie's new to the VC, and this is his first contest, and he's already asking the tough questions. All right, next one. What is your favorite live DVD from a band? Hey, another tough one. Tough one for me because I have tons of live DVDs. I have easily well over 100 that I've officially bought from stores, and about 200 to 300 that I've burned on DVD from the internet. So I got a huge library of in-concert DVDs. To pick one favorite is pretty difficult, but I thought about it long and hard, and did come up with one, though I had so many that could have been my all-time favorite, but I'm going to have to go with this one. It's from the band Rush, and it's Rush in Rio. And this is just a fantastic live DVD, 2 discs. The first disc is the entire concert, unedited, so you get every song they played that night. And the second disc is a documentary of Rush's very first ever visit to Rio, and they discover that they have a huge fan base in Rio, and it was a fantastic concert. But what makes this particular DVD from Rush, because Rush has a lot of in-concert DVDs, why I went here was because it was the return of Neil Peart and the return of Rush, more or less. They were supporting the album Vapor Trails when they did this tour. And before the release of the album Vapor Trails, Rush was on had to be 5-6 year hiatus before that. And the reason they were on a hiatus is Neil Peart's wife and his daughter had passed away. And he went into this grieving period where he hopped on his motorcycle and just rode across the United States. And of course he wrote a book about it, which is called Ghost Rider. He did that for several years, I suppose, I believe. And was no longer playing the drums, was no longer in music. And so for a long time, Rush fans, like myself, thought, well, the band's done. Even the band and the management thought they were done. They thought, well, we haven't seen a Rush album just over 3-4 years. I guess Rush is finished. And then lo and behold, the guys start writing again. Neil Peart, I guess, contacts Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee, and they decide to put the band back together and release the album Vapor Trails. And this is a concert from that tour. And I actually went to see a show on the Vapor Trails tour in Sacramento, and it was like seeing old friends for the first time in years. It was a really great show. It was a return of Rush, and it was real emotional. It was a great show. And the set list from there is a great combination of their current songs from the 80s and their classic songs from the 70s. It's just a fantastic, fantastic set list. A good mixture of current and classic. So this, and this is such a enthusiastic performance because they're playing in front of thousands of very, very energetic fans from Rio who are seeing Rush for the very first time ever. And this is just an exciting DVD. It's a great performance. Probably not the best shot DVD because the fast switches to camera angles. I think a lot of people complained about that, and they say the sound mix is not that great, but the performance is fantastic. Fantastic performance, and I never get tired of watching this. So my favorite live DVD from a band is Rush in Rio. Alright, so now we're getting to the final question. What is your favorite song from a TV show? This was the easiest question out of all 3, because with me, there is no doubt what my favorite is, and I'll play it for you now. That song. That is a cool song. That's the theme song from Barney Miller. I'm probably dating myself here, but I remember this theme song when I was a kid, watching on television. My dad used to watch this show. As a kid, I never got the humor. I didn't appreciate Barney Miller until I got a little bit older, but I always loved that song when I was a kid. And I heard when he would watch Barney Miller, I wouldn't watch it with him. I just watched the intro if I could hear this song. I always thought it was a great song. And this is before I even became a drummer. Now that I'm a drummer, I like it even more because it's a great bass line and I like the drums on it. So my favorite theme song, the theme to the TV show Barney Miller. Well, that's it. This is my entry into Ernie's first contest, and hope Ernie likes it, and I look forward to seeing everybody else's responses to his questions. All right, see you guys in the next video.